You dare question the taste of royalty? The guard growled, towering over the plate as if it were an insult to the entire monarchy. The courtyard fell silent. Tourists, palace staff, and even pigeons froze as Michelin-starred chef Remy Deschamps stood his ground, white apron fluttering in the wind, eyes locked with the iron gaze of the Queen's royal guard. What was meant to be a playful promotional stunt had spiraled into a full-blown standoff. Remy had served his signature saffron duck confit to the guard, who not only refused to eat it, but called it a peasant stew. Remy's jaw tightened. He hadn't clawed his way out of the slums of Marseille just to be mocked by a man who'd never left Buckingham's gate. The crowd began whispering, filming, waiting. The silence was thick with tension and ego. Finally, Remy stepped forward and said, with a voice like slicing steel, "Then I challenge you to one bite. If your eyes don't close in bliss, I'll never cook again." Gasps rippled. Even the other guards shifted. The challenge wasn't just culinary, it was soul-deep, pride on the line stuff. The royal guard stared down, unmoving. Seconds passed, then slowly he reached out. His gloved fingers brushed the fork like he was lifting Excalibur. He cut into the duck, its golden crust cracking softly, steam releasing the perfume of 30 hours of work. The bite reached his lips, and then, nothing. No reaction. The man chewed like stone, swallowed, looked Remy dead in the eyes. "You call this bliss?" Remy's chest caved, but the guard wasn't done. He turned, walked away. Everyone gasped again, this time in dismay. But halfway across the courtyard, he stopped, took off his hat, turned back, and said loud enough for all to hear, "It's better than anything I've eaten in my life, but I have orders. We are not allowed to react." The dam burst. Laughter, applause, cries of "Oh my God!" from the crowd. Cameras flashed. Someone yelled, "He broke protocol." The Queen's guard had smiled, a historic, forbidden, nearly sacrilegious moment. And then he did something no one could believe. He bowed, not to a monarch, not to a general, but to a chef. Remy stood frozen, his chest pounding, tears stinging his eyes. In that moment, everything flashed back. His mother's blistered hands, scrubbing dishes at 3 jobs, the nights he went hungry, stealing herbs from the neighbor's window garden just to make soup taste like something. The ridicule from culinary school snobs who said he'd never rise above his peasant palate. The endless nights in back-alley kitchens, dodging knives, insults and rats. And now, here he was. A royal guard had bowed. The guard stepped forward again, voice soft now. "My father was a chef. He died before he ever cooked for someone important. Thank you for letting me taste what he always dreamed of making." Remy couldn't speak. He just nodded, throat thick, heart full. He took off his apron, placed it on the table like a knight surrendering his sword, and whispered, "Then this was for him." The media exploded. Within hours, the video had gone viral. News outlets called it the duck that made a guard bow. Hashtags exploded, #guard gourmet, #royal bite, Remy reigns. The Queen herself requested a private meal. Michelin called with their highest honor. But nothing meant more than that moment of silent acknowledgement from a man trained not to feel. The world watched as 2 symbols, one of power, the other of passion, collided, and something beautiful was born. A truth. Respect isn't earned by title, it's earned by taste, by soul, by fire and patience. If this story touched you, subscribe the channel and hit that like button and drop a karma in the comments below.